Throughout history, war has been a driving force behind some of the most groundbreaking technological advancements. While we often hear about the well-known weapons and strategies that shaped the outcomes of conflicts, there's a whole world of secret weapons and hidden technologies that, had they been deployed successfully, could have completely changed the course of history. In today's video, we will explore the world of secret weapons of war, uncovering the hidden technologies that were either kept from the public eye, lost to time, or never fully realized. These weapons could have altered the outcome of major conflicts, and in some cases, they might have even had the potential to change the world. Let's explore these fascinating and sometimes chilling technologies. 10. The V3 Supergun, World War II. The V3 Supergun, also known as the London Gun, was one of Nazi Germany's most secretive weapons during World War II. Designed to bombard London from the French coast, the V3 was an enormous artillery piece capable of firing projectiles over 100 miles, far surpassing conventional artillery ranges. Its design incorporated multiple chambers to accelerate shells, improving range and velocity. However, the gun's immense size and complexity created many challenges. The Germans constructed a prototype in 1944 in Pas-de-Calais, but its development was hindered by resource shortages and Allied airstrikes. Though the V3 had the potential to cause massive destruction, it never became fully operational and was ultimately defeated by the Allied attacks. 9. The Japanese balloon bombs, World War II. During World War II, Japan launched a secret weapon, balloon bombs, aimed at the United States. These balloons, made of paper and silk, were filled with hydrogen and equipped with incendiary devices. Launched from Japan, they traveled across the Pacific Ocean using the jet stream. Between 1944 and 1945, more than 9,000 balloon bombs were launched, but only a small fraction reached the US mainland. They caused limited damage, starting fires in forests and killing civilians in Oregon. While innovative for its time, this weapon proved ineffective. Despite their minimal impact, the balloon bombs remain a unique attempt to use natural elements in warfare and surprised the Allies with its ingenuity. 8. The German Krautrock radio jammers, World War II. During World War II, Nazi Germany developed radio jammers known as Krautrock to disrupt Allied communications. These jammers interfered with radio signals, making it harder for the Allies to coordinate attacks or relay critical information. The technology was deployed at key locations, creating a blanket of disruption over large areas. While the technology was primitive compared to modern-day methods, the Krautrock jammers were highly effective in delaying Allied operations, especially in the war's earlier years. Despite their potential, they never reached the scale that German forces had hoped for. If deployed more extensively, these jammers could have severely hindered Allied efforts by making communication on the battlefield significantly more challenging. 7. The German werewolf resistance movement, World War II. While not a weapon in the traditional sense, the German werewolf resistance movement was a secretive and often feared part of the Nazi regime's strategy during the final stages of World War II. It was a group of partisan fighters who were trained and equipped to carry out sabotage operations behind enemy lines. The werewolf was intended to become a clandestine force that could resist Allied forces and even launch a guerrilla war in the event of Germany's collapse. The movement's members, known as werewolves, were believed to be trained in sabotage, assassination, and psychological warfare. Though it was largely unsuccessful and often considered a failed operation, the potential of a well-trained and hidden resistance force could have significantly hampered the Allies' efforts to stabilize post-war Europe. 6. The V2 rocket, World War II. The V2 rocket was one of the most innovative and terrifying weapons of World War II. Developed by Nazi Germany, it was the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. The rocket was capable of traveling at speeds of over 3,500 miles per hour and carrying an explosive payload over 200 miles. The V2 rockets were primarily used to target civilian areas in London and other cities, and while they were technically an advancement in missile technology, they were largely ineffective in terms of military impact. Still, the V2 rocket's design served as a precursor to modern missile systems, and many of its engineers, including Wernher von Braun, were later brought to the United States as part of the Operation Paperclip program to help develop NASA's space program. Had the Germans been able to produce V-2 rockets at scale earlier in the war, they could have posed an even greater threat to the Allied forces, but production was slowed due to Allied bombings and resource shortages. 5. The Manhattan Project, World War II. The Manhattan Project might not be classified as a hidden technology for most people, but its creation was shrouded in secrecy for much of its development. The project, led by the United States, culminated in the creation of the atomic bomb, one of the most destructive weapons ever invented. Though the project itself was initially a response to fears that Nazi Germany might develop a nuclear weapon first, it led to the detonation of the first atomic bomb in 1945, and ultimately, the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Manhattan Project's success not only ended the war in the Pacific, but also changed global geopolitics forever, ushering in the atomic age and beginning the arms race of the Cold War. Had the Germans or the Japanese successfully developed nuclear weapons, the outcome of World War II could have been drastically different. The atomic bomb's creation, in secrecy, fundamentally reshaped the nature of warfare and international power. 4. The English flying bombs, World War II. Another secret weapon from World War II was the development of the flying bomb, or buzz bomb, by the British. Designed as a small remote-controlled aircraft, the flying bomb was essentially an early prototype for today's cruise missiles. It was used during the war to target key military installations and infrastructure in Germany, causing significant damage to supply lines and airfields. The technology behind these flying bombs was secret and sophisticated, and they demonstrated the potential for aerial weapons that could strike with precision. The bomb's development was kept under wraps during the war and only came to light after the conflict ended. Had these flying bombs been developed more quickly and deployed on a larger scale, they could have greatly changed the dynamic of the aerial warfare in World War II. 3. The Horton-Ho 229, World War II. The Horton-Ho 229 was a jet-powered flying wing aircraft developed by Nazi Germany during World War II. It was one of the earliest attempts at creating a stealth aircraft due to its unique shape, which reduced its radar profile. The Horton brothers, Reimar and Walter, designed this aircraft in secret, and although it never entered full production, it showed the potential for cutting-edge aviation technology. The Ho 229 was capable of carrying bombs or rockets, and it could reach speeds of up to 560 miles per hour, significantly faster than conventional bombers of the time. Had the German military managed to mass-produce the Horton-Ho 229 or similar aircraft, it could have greatly impacted the outcome of air campaigns in the war. The aircraft's design influenced later developments in stealth technology and served as a precursor to the modern stealth bombers we use today. 2. The H-bomb, Cold War. While the atomic bomb was the weapon that ended World War II, the hydrogen bomb, H-bomb, became the ultimate secret weapon of the Cold War. Developed in the early 1950s, the H-bomb was vastly more powerful than its predecessor, with the potential for thousands of times the destructive power of the original atomic bomb. The secrecy surrounding its development was immense, with both the United States and the Soviet Union racing to develop the weapon. The H-bomb's potential to cause global destruction made it the most devastating weapon ever created, and its existence led to an unprecedented arms race between the two superpowers. The technology behind the H-bomb changed the way wars were fought, creating the concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, and preventing direct conflict between the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. 1. The Death Ray, World War II. One of the most secret and bizarre technologies of World War II was the concept of the death ray. This supposed weapon, allegedly developed by the Soviets or Nazis, was said to have the capability to shoot powerful beams of energy that could destroy tanks, planes, and entire buildings. Though the death ray was largely the stuff of legend, the idea behind it wasn't entirely fictional. The concept of focused energy beams dates back to early scientific theories about lasers and electromagnetic radiation. If such a weapon had been developed and perfected, it would have revolutionized warfare. However, no tangible evidence of a working death ray was ever found, and it remains one of the most mysterious secret weapons in history. These secret weapons and hidden technologies remind us that history's great conflicts weren't just fought with guns and bombs. There were some truly mind-blowing ideas that could have reshaped the world in unimaginable ways. If any of these technologies had been fully realized or deployed, the course of history might have been drastically different. What do you think? Which of these secret weapons do you find most intriguing? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history.